It's Purple Daily on Score North and ScoreNorth.com. Purple Daily, presented by Surly Brewing Company.
Happy Sunday, happy Memorial Weekend to you. Declan Goff here, taking you through an edition of Vikings Vent Line. Whether you're out enjoying the sun, enjoying the extra holiday weekend, thank you to everyone for listening to Vikings Vent Line. I'm talking to my guy Bradley here in just a second. And, if you'd like to get in on a future episode of Vikings Vent Line, shoot me an email. I got openings starting next week and weeks beyond. It's VikingsVentLine@gmail.com. For the YouTube audience, it's scrolling across the bottom of the screen right there. It's VikingsVentLine@gmail.com for anyone listening on the Score North app or on Apple or Spotify, however you consume Purple Daily. Thank you very much. Hit the subscribe button right here for daily Minnesota Vikings entertainment. We're presented by Surly Brewing. Head out to the Surly Brew Hall sometime. Grab a Furious, grab a Warp Zone, grab a Surly Supreme. There is plenty of options at your disposal at Surly Brewing. And Judd Zolgad loves his Furious. I like my Supreme. In fact, when I get back on the outside here in just a little bit, I think I'm going to crack open a Supreme. We're also powered by our friends at TCL. Enjoy more of what you love with TCL, one of the world's best-selling consumer electronic brands. It has a new lineup of award-winning TVs. It delivers the most entertainment with stunning resolution, all at an affordable cost. Enjoy more of the things you love with TCL. Learn more at TCLUSA.com. All right. Exciting time still with the Vikings offseason. OTAs are still taking place. Judd Zolgad's live at training camp, breaking things down, observing notes, getting note cards with Kirk Cousins, asking Kirk questions, asking plenty of people questions in the Zolgadian way. But obviously Sundays is reserved for Vikings Vent Lines. We do this show during the regular season where we talk about the game with fans right on screen with us right after the game. And during the offseason, I still like to bring fans into the program. Talk about the Vikings, talk about the upcoming season, talk about the offseason. So there's still plenty to get to. So let's waste no time. I'm going to get my guy Bradley in here. Bradley, what's up, man? How are you?
What's up, Declan? Appreciate the opportunity. I'm glad to be live in person again. So from draft night, now we're here.
Nice, man. Hey, you were telling me off the mic you're obviously you're in Jersey.
Yeah.
How did you become a Vikings fan?
Of course, 98, Thanksgiving Day. Seeing Randall Cunningham reinvent himself to be the passing quarterback. That's right. And look, you can't get enough of just 3 catches for a buck. I think what Randy Moss had, like a $1.78. It was just amazing. It was amazing. And the team, of course, I love the throwback jerseys too. I wish they could bring it back too, but
Yeah, 98 I was born in 92. So I was like 5.5.
Right.
6 years old when 98 happened. So I don't have a conscious memory of 98, but I do remember 2000. I remember 41 Donut. I know I've watched plenty of highlights from 98 season, but I always love hearing about when fans became Vikings fans, and especially with people with Purple Daily, it usually sounds around the time that you're talking about, 98, right. 2000, all those fans who became Vikings fans, right. Mostly because of Randy Moss.
If I could put a disclaimer, I was a front runner. I was 8 years old, so I liked everyone in that era. The Bulls,
absolutely.
Of course, they were winning. Cowboys, but you know what? I said, no, I really ain't no Cowboys fan. I just like when they win. So I said, hey, I like this team, and I've been a Viking fan ever since, and I love the franchise, love everything about it, and just want to hope they want to get to a game.
Absolutely, dude. Well, hey, if you ever do come back up here, get up to Minneapolis, check out US Bank Stadium. It's a great place. Sir. Awesome atmosphere, dude. Have you been to a game out in Jersey or out in the Meadowlands at all?
I have not got a chance. These people out here, they're a little crazier. They think it's too serious. So I did suggest, I heard one of the, at least we were doing one of the shows that featured the breakdown of the schedule. And I know week 2 is in US. At least I'm about 45 minutes from Lincoln Financial, and I ain't going there. You kidding me?
Go there.
I wouldn't.
Don't go
and I'm from New Jersey. I can say that. So
yeah,
I would never endorse any Viking fan. Please just skip that week and just decide to go if any time we are in the East Coast to travel and support our team.
Yeah, and enjoy the game on Monday Night Football from your couch, right. From a bar stool, not with beer bottles being thrown at your head. Don't go there.
Yeah, you don't want to fight break out. It was Lincoln Financial, so.
Not at all, man. Hey, let's talk a little Vikings here. I want to know your opinion, Bradley. Mackie, Judd, and myself, a lot of people think we're Kirk Cousins haters. I wouldn't label us as haters. We're just critical of the quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He's paid a lot of money. The Vikings have been to the playoffs once since he's been here. But, they have a new coach now. It's another year of Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook. This offense is supposed to be pretty damn good. I know they've been on the cusp of making the playoffs the last 2 seasons, but they've fallen short. So I'm just curious on your take here. Do you think the Vikings have done enough for Kirk Cousins going into the 2022 season?
Of course. I mean, many. If you look at all 32 franchises in the National Football League, they will covet some of the players we got. I mean, who we drafted. I mean, I would give Rick Spielman his props for drafting excellent talent that have grown into potential superstars. Not just in terms of the division and the NFC. I'm talking about in the entirety of the NFL. Drafting Dalvin, drafting. I mean, Justin Jefferson. It looks like we won the trade. Unfortunate that we haven't capped it off with a deep run in the playoffs. But I mean, Justin Jefferson is a nuclear bomb waiting to happen. And then you have guys like Irv Smith. If he stays healthy, I think he's going to have a great breakout year. I mean, we drafted well in the third round. We drafted Brian O'Neill. We drafted Christian Darrisaw. I mean, people were questioning about us draft. I mean, we got guys. I mean, the only guy that we have to put a suspect on is Garrett Bradbury. But other than that, we've drafted well. And Kirk Cousins, I mean, he came into this franchise after 2017 thinking that, okay, well, we're in win now mode. I mean, you're driving the Bentley. You're driving a team that we are on the precipice of winning or going to a Super Bowl. Because I believe if we had gone to the Super Bowl that year, we would have won it. We would be the first team to win it at home, in our home stadium. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So, but I think there's no excuses. I mean, there's absolutely no excuses. I should, I'll hold off for what I heard. I listened to Kwesi Adofo-Mensah and his interview with Mike Florio. It was great. And I had some things that I chewed on some things what he said. And I think that simplifies what Kirk Cousins is, or Kirk Cousins, or with a potential of what the kind of guy he's looking to lead this team to a championship. But I'll wait. But it's just I think there's no excuses this year.
Yeah, we had a no excuses motto the last year with Judd and Mackey, and I heard the Kwesi comments too that Kirk gives us the best chance to win, and you know what?
Right.
In 2022 in a vacuum, he does give you the best chance to win. There was not really with all the quarterback frenzy that happened this offseason, they didn't trade for anybody. There wasn't going to be a stud in this year's draft. Kirk Cousins does give the Vikings the best chance to win. Do you feel like Kwesi Adofo-Mensah is also building something special here and trying to pick up the pieces that Rick Spielman and Mike Zimmer left? Do you kind of like what Kwesi has done so far in his first few months as GM?
Well, adapting to change sometimes is a transition, and we have dealt with something consistent for the past 15 plus years with Rick Spielman. Now we have a change in the organization, the whole concept of philosophy, collaboration, connectivity, everything that deals with, working together, being, just a team oriented, everyone having their voice. It has some pros and cons. But I can simplify what he said. And I have a little nugget of what in his mind, what he's thinking about and what he said. And I'm pretty sure you listening to the whole interview, he said, and this got me. And I began to think about, is this Kirk Cousins? He said in the NFC, I think it was the NFC Championship game, or it was in the divisional round when he was a scout guy, or at least working for San Francisco. And he saw, in the stands, he saw Colin Kaepernick, and when he witnessed him, he had his coat, was cold, freezing cold. And he said when he took off his jacket, I mean, with nothing, basically he didn't care about the cold. He looked at his friend. He said, this is why we're going to win, because a guy like him. And that's the thing. I wonder if Kirk Cousins exudes that confidence that when you walk into a practice room, when you walk into a team room, when you walk on the field, do they know who you are? Do they respect you enough? Like when you see Patrick Mahomes, he's a dog. He's gonna win this. Like with 13 seconds. Listen, there's no defeat in him. He's gonna take it to the promised land. And Josh Allen, guys like that. I'm not trying to lofty expectations, but still, come on. I don't feel that with that guy. I like him, but he doesn't has that confidence. That man, listen, dude, hey, we're gonna go through the fire with this guy, and he's gonna lead us.
I think that's my biggest quirk with him too. It's not as on the field. When that dude's on the field, he can make throws and he can do things well. But does the team support him? Does he also give off that vibe that they want to go to battle with you? Say what you want about someone like Case Keenum, who definitely has his deficiencies on the field. The guys love to play for him. Teddy, same type of thing, right? That leadership quality that you can't just find on a statistical box score. That I think that's the thing that a lot of Vikings fans, including members of this show and a lot of Vikings fans that have come on Vent Line, have also expressed that it's not the fact that Kirk is holding them back. It's the fact that this team sometimes does not believe in their quarterback. And it's the most important position on the field. Your Mahomes point's dead on, right? Like Mahomes and Allen going toe-to-toe in that amazing football game in the divisional round. Like that, there was a calm and collectedness there, and also a we're gonna do this. And It just feels like, and this is not Kirk's fault. No. As a Vikings fan, being jaded, that we're always waiting for the shoe to drop and not necessarily for us to get the touchdown, right? Like we're always waiting for the bad thing to happen, and we're not really believing that the good outcome or the best possible outcome can happen.
I give you a highlight of the 2021 season, excuse me, when against the Packers at home, he had that drive where when the Packers scored on that, on the previously one play, and it was, touchdown, I think Scantley, I think it was our receiver who caught it. But when he threw that, when the pressure came up to it, now the offensive line, of course, we know the struggles within the interior, also offensive line and Bradbury's pass protection issues. But trust me, when he stood in the top pocket, knowing the pressure was coming, and he just threw it up there, that's all you got to do. We got the weapons. We got Justin freaking Jefferson, if I could be my little Judd. We have Justin Jefferson. Just throw him the ball. Don't be afraid. You're an accurate quarterback. We can't take that away from you. But the fact of the matter is, you just have to get the playmakers the ball and be more decisive. Like, don't be out of shape when you were in San Francisco when we needed that game. That was important to be in position to at least be in the 7th or 8th, or at least the 6th or 7th wild card spot. But he was just, it was just flustered. And I think that's important that we have to get in our game time decision making. I think it would help with Kevin O'Connell, with the experience that he had in the pressured moments. But Kirk got to just relax, calm down, take control, and take command of the huddle, and just say, "Hey, we want to win this thing. We're not going to settle for Greg Joseph field goal. We're going to actually score a touchdown." I'm tired of this complacency and the conservatism. We need to go for the jugular. Come on.
Amen, Bradley. Love it, man. Love the passion you're bringing here. You brought up the Packers there. I'm curious. They lost, obviously, Devontae Adams. The Vikings are now leaning into their offense. The Packers have had a stranglehold on the division for basically the last 3 seasons. Do you see a scenario where the Vikings pass Green Bay and can take the NFC North? Is there a scenario where you think that can happen in 2022?
Yes, I have a feeling, Dex, this is going to be like 2017. But we just got a better, more accurate, more respectable in terms of his ability, in terms of the quarterback. I think I just feel it. I see that if you look at 2017, nobody counted us as a possible contender to win the NFC. And we surprised a lot of teams. And if we could just stay consistent and win early, like September, let's treat September like it's December. Like, let's not waste games. And we saw what happened last year, week 1 against the Bengals, and these close games where we had to depend on our special teams. No, we gotta go in the stretches that we are yet making some runs, and we're gonna have to. It's gonna be a dog. It's gonna be a dog fight because Detroit has improved himself. I don't know how Chicago's gonna look, but of course you got AR-12. He's still that man, and it doesn't matter who he's throwing to. He's gonna make them better.
Yeah, I don't think the Bears or Lions are going to be much of a threat now. Could be wrong on that, right? The crazier things have happened in the NFL.
Right. They did beat us once, so the
Lions ripped the hearts out once before, and it was way too close for comfort in both those games. You brought the fact of 2017 of the fact that no one counted the Vikings in that season. And the season prior was that epic 5-0 start, only to melt down and miss the playoffs. And even though Sam Bradford was coming back, I think most people said, cute team, maybe they get in the wild card, but certainly not a favorite to win that division, not a favorite to be a lock to make the playoffs. And what was so weird about that season, obviously, Case coming in and the injuries that they overcame, and they lost Dalvin Cook. That story and season played out in such a unique way where everything wasn't as linear as it sounds, but your point of other people counting out that 2017 team going into 2022, I think it's relevant. Right. Look, the Packers have had the stranglehold. Judd has said for the last 3-5 weeks now, I'm not counting them out until I see it. I need to see these Packers actually unravel, but I do think eventually regression comes to that team. They lost their best receiver. They don't have the weapons there. And look, yes, Rodgers is a magician, and every Vikings fan knows what he can do to you and do to any defense for that matter in the NFL, not named San Francisco. But the Vikings have to figure out a way to pass them. And if this offense is hitting, I think it can, man. I absolutely think this offense can carry them and get past the Green Bay Packers as a whole in the division too.
When I was on Vent Line on the draft night, I had mentioned about, considering. Now I know we're looking forward in the future or too far ahead. I think Dalvin is great. Dalvin is, I think his change of his jersey number is gonna make him relive the days that he was in Florida State. But I really believe we're gonna be passing the ball more than running it, unless we're in situations where we're gonna try to control the clock. But I really believe I'm seeing, if you like when you look at things that are online in terms of reflecting the LA Rams offensive scheme, and I really believe we're going to be throwing that ball. And I think Kirk Cousins is going to have to be more decisive in terms of, we're gonna try to use Justin in such a way where it's a decoy that we're going to free up guys like, and hopefully stay healthy, BC Johnson, Amir Smith Marset. Guys are going to be stepping up, and we're going to have to make decision making that we're going to put pressure on this on this Green Bay secondary, because I think they're suspect. That's my opinion.
Yeah, what's your thought too on Dalvin? They're kind of using him in as a wide receiver. It's not just gonna be the bell cow running back. You brought up to his days at Florida State. He changed his number, and look, Dalvin Cook has already been like a top 5 running back in the NFL. He is. I think if you made a list, he probably cracks somewhere in that top 5. He's certainly not number 1, but he definitely is in the top 5 somewhere.
Right.
Do you think that there's also this other gear? This offense is leaning into him and taking the Rams' philosophies of getting creative. Do you think that there's this next level to Dalvin Cook we still haven't seen yet?
We haven't seen him the next level, but I do believe it's going to be spread out more equally. I think Kane is going to be in the lineup. He's going to have some packages for him. I think, of course, Alexander Madison is going to be in the game as well. And we don't know about this rookie I believe he came from North Carolina, Chandler, I believe. I believe I think Viking fans need to open their mind to thinking that this is not the days of the I formation and we're going to run through the gaps and we're going to just keep pounding the rock. No, we are going into a different era. We're going to go back to the days of we're spreading the football open. We're gonna see days of which we are seeing, I believe we're gonna see 30-yard passes, 40-yard passes. I think we should use Justin Jefferson like a Randy Moss. Like, we need to utilize, these guys are especially him, he's under a rookie contract. Utilize his specialties. And I think, again, the running game we have a lot of depth on the offensive in terms of the weapons we have. It's just holding up, on our end of trying to be effective spreading that ball, because I do believe we have talent, and I will put our talent up against anybody, at least in the NFC. I will do that as a heartbeat. That's how much I believe in this team. It's just the quarterback. Is he willing to say, hey, I'm taking this team and leading us to our first ever NFL championship? That's it.
Would love to see it happen. Hey, before I get to your expectations for the Vikings, a quick shout out to our friends at the Meadows at Mystic Lake. GolfTheMeadows.com to learn more. It's an award-winning 18-hole public golf course. It's conveniently located in the Twin Cities in Prior Lake, just down the road here off 169. It's a unique, challenging, and scenic golf experience. It's one of the tougher places to play, but it's a gorgeous place. I'm heading out there this weekend. Go check them out. Enjoy a beer on the patio, too. It's totally reasonable. It's a great place to play and get a tee time. Book your tee time at golfthemeadows.com to learn more. It's golfthemeadows.com to learn more. Bradley, I am curious, too, on your expectations for the Vikings this season. I know we kind of are talking about this offense clicking and, can they pass Green Bay? Can they be a playoff team? You obviously brought the point of, can they actually get to a Super Bowl, and can Kirk Cousins be that guy? What are your expectations for the Vikings in 2022? Oh, you're muted, Bradley. You just got to hit the unmute button on your side.
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's the expectation. Kwesi said it. To him, he's putting the pressure on himself. The team is believing in, hey, we're rolling with this. I actually agreed with Judd's philosophy of, taking a year in purgatory and then trying to find that guy. Now, if Kellerman is that guy, in 2023, that'll be great. But I see this team with the defense that we have, the guys, we all can stay healthy. I think we're going to win the division. I really believe Green Bay is going to take a step back. They'll be in the mix, but I think we're going, at least, if I can put a record, I'm going to be strong on it. We're going 12-5.
12-5. I like it, man.
12-5.
I dig it.
We're going to go 12-5. That's
that
the
definitely wins the
expectation.
division.
But that's the expectation. They put the pressure on this. We're not taking and I would say this. Let's be honest. We would not want a year in purgatory. We don't want to rest on our another year, with Justin Jefferson. And I mean, obviously he's coming from a tradition of winning. Yep. And that's the expectation. Adam Thielen, he wants to win a Super Bowl for this team. He's almost tasted an opportunity of getting to the last game. And we need to get to a point where we are cultivating that fostering that mindset, that culture where this is about Super Bowls. It's not about winning divisions. We're getting further than just the wild card. We're getting further than just winning the wild card, and we're getting to where we need to be because we have the talent. We have guys in their prime, and a lot of teams would covet to have some of the talent we have.
Absolutely. Bradley, any last takes or anyone you want to shout out here before we wrap on Vikings Vent Line? Passionate stuff, man. Love what you're bringing here. Bringing some heat and bringing some fire, man. Appreciate you coming on. But any other things you'd like to get off your chest here before we wrap?
Well, I'm representing Jersey all the way out here. And yes, I'm a proud Viking fan. I'm thirsty to win the Super Bowl. I rock the purple and gold in both sports, both NBA and in with NFL. But I like to thank Declan, thank Mackey and Judd for the opportunity. And Skol Vikes, let's go. We got to win this thing.
I love it. Hey, what do you on like Sundays? Do you just get league pass? Do you go to a bar? Like where do you watch the Vikings when you are watching in Jersey?
Watch it from home, but I'm really panicking when I watch because my heart literally. Sometimes the experience we've had. Sometimes I turn off the TV. Sometimes I turn off the TV if we get to the point where we got to go kick a field goal. I'm like, I'm not watching this. I'm not watching this because listen, hey, Blair Walsh hurt me. Warren Anderson hurt me. I mean, I'm excited. I'm excited. A new regime. Let's go, folks.
Amen. Bradley, thank you for coming on, man. Appreciate you bringing the fire, and hopefully that heart rate slows down a little bit more this year. No promises, but hopefully it does. For Vikings Vent Line, hit me up. It's vikingsventline@gmail.com if you want to come on a future show. Have a great Memorial weekend. We'll be back with a special rewind episode on Monday.